Hey everyone, Kevin here. What I'd like to show you in this video is a really good WordPress theme and plugin from a company called HeroThemes. As you can see here, it is a knowledge-based solution. So essentially what this will help you do is build up a huge question and answer area for your customers. And the aim is to reduce the number of support tickets that you or your company receives. So there's a theme called KnowAll and there is a knowledge-based plugin. Essentially, they do the same thing. The theme, as we know, is a design, but what it does is it comes packaged with the base plugin. The base plugin can be used with any WordPress theme that you've got. It can work with your existing WordPress theme, but as you will see, the actual KnowAll theme looks fantastic. And if you're going to be placing your knowledge area, your knowledge base area, your FAQ, if you're going to be placing it in a subdomain or a subdirectory, I think the theme makes a little bit more sense because it's designed, it's designed exactly for this. So what I'll first do is I'll just take you around the website and show you what it's got. So as you can see here, there's a KnowAll classic knowledge base theme, and we've got the heroic knowledge base plugin. The knowledge base plugin plugs into KnowAll. Okay, so right, I'll jump back to this. What we'll do is we'll show you the demo, and this is it. This is the theme, and a lot of times when you install WordPress themes, they never look like what you buy. When you see the demo, you see the demo on the website and it looks amazing, and then you install it yourself and you're like, it just doesn't look the same, because you've not populated it with the same data and things like that. That's not the case with KnowAll. I'll show you that soon, but that's not the case because when you install KnowAll, they give you sample data and it looks exactly like this. So it's really good. It gives you a really good base to start with, and this is what your knowledge base would look like. Okay, so you can see around the website here, it's fairly simple to navigate. Got a big search bar up here, navigation at the top, some navigation links down the bottom, and here is your central help area. All your articles will be listed here. On the sidebar, you can place anything you want, but what they've done here is place a list of popular articles and a link to the support department. So at this point, it's probably worth pointing out the main limitation of this theme is that this doesn't work with an existing ticket support system. So you can't convert tickets into articles. It is a standalone solution, and it's really designed for when someone can't find an answer in your knowledge area, in this area here, then it will be pointed towards the support department and then they can open a ticket. Now there's a lot of other alternative solutions that integrate it, and tickets can be then turned into articles. It's maybe something they'll add in the future, but at this moment they don't have it. So when you get into an article, into a category, you can see all the articles listed here. You still got that link for submit ticket. You've still got the search bar at the top, and here's an example of what an article would look like. Now you can see here the contents down the left hand side. It looks really nice. The formatting, the typography, it all looks great. And here is something that's really good as well. They've got shortcodes here, so you can use the shortcodes to add lots of colors, lots of styles, menus, all this different thing. You can see all the different shortcodes being used here. Now look at the menu down the left hand side there. See it scrolling up and down. So that will work with sections and subsections. It looks fantastic. So in my opinion, this is a great looking theme in its own right. But it's just designed to work exactly, work with the knowledge base plugin so that you can publish articles, help topics, FAQ, anything you want. You can set up anything, any type of support area really using this theme. It's very, very good. So we'll jump back and I'll just talk about some of the features. Available support, instant answers for customers, reflect your company's brand, live customization, we'll talk about that soon. It works on any mobile device, mobile phones, tablets, laptops, everything. You've got analytics. This is something that I think is really, really good as well. You're going to see this here, but anytime anyone even views an article, it's tracked, and you can see what articles are being viewed And customers can also leave feedback. They can leave like whether they thought it was useful, and they can also leave submit feedback to you and give you advice as to why it was good or why it wasn't. And this can help you shape your knowledge base. It can help you determine which articles need deleted, which ones need, changed a lot, and maybe, what additional articles you need to add to your knowledge base. So here's a summary, some things. It's translation ready. Widgets, can attach articles. You'll see all this in a little bit. And at the end, we'll see the price. So $149 for a single site license, 1 year of updates and support, 30-day money back guarantee. For the knowledge base, the pricing is a little bit different. So this is just for the plugin, but you do get, it's the same functionality by and large. And this one's a little bit different. It's a little bit cheaper for one site, $129. You can also purchase it for 3 sites and 10 sites. You get 1 year of updates and support and 30 days money back guarantee with all of them. The difference there, apart from the sites, is the business license gets priority support. But it'll be the KnowAll theme that I'll be showing you just now. So I've got it activated in my test area, and when you first activate the theme, you'll be taken to a welcome setup, but you can go back to it anytime. You can enter your license here. Now, I've already done this part, but what you can do is activate another plugin, another 2 plugins, sorry, essential plugins. And if I show you them just now, we've got Heroic Knowledge Base, and we've got Heroic, I can't even say that word correctly, Heroic shortcodes. Oh God, Sunday morning. So you've got the shortcodes, you've got the knowledge base. So those 2 plugins are essential. They recommend you install them. You do need the knowledge base, obviously. You do need that to, well, that's what the theme is. You do need the knowledge base. The shortcodes, if you don't see yourself using the shortcodes, you could disable it, but it's not going to add a lot of weight to anything. It's not going to be adding any weight to your pages of that, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. And you've got sample content. Now, I've went through this step already. I went through and added all the pages, articles, sidebars, and widgets and settings. And, it installs the sample content. And what it means is that when you actually load up your website for the first time, this is what you see. Now, as I say, this is exactly what you will see when you've installed the theme. As long as if you don't install the sample content, then you're not going to get any information here until you start adding lots of articles. So I think for most people, it makes sense to install the sample data, and then what you can do is just modify articles and move things around until you get it the way that you want. So let's go to the main knowledge base article, and this is all the sample data that has been added. You can see down the left hand side we've got the menu, all articles, add a new article, categories, tags. You can change the order of articles and categories. There's analytics and there's settings. So if I look at, say, the first one here, the installation guide. So what we do is you've got the article there. Down the right hand side you've got article categories. You can assign them to different categories. You can add tags, and you've got stats for that particular article. Any ratings that have been left by visitors or users, and any attachments. So there we go, different options. You can upload attachments, open attachments in new windows, disable voting. If for any reason you don't like voting, you can disable voting on a particular article. And then it's got votes and feedback listed down the bottom, and there's, like the user IP, etc., just in case you need to track spam. Now, it's fairly simple. It's just a post type. So you can just edit it, and the same way that you would edit a post or a page. Got categories, got tags. Article ordering is something I think would be very, very, very important, because as you can see this is getting started, installation guide, what you need to know and how to contact support. You wouldn't want contact support at the first, listed at the top of the page. You'd want that down the bottom. So being able to reorder articles in such an easy way is very, very useful. Just drag and drop, and then You can change categories at any time, move it around. It works really, really well. It's very easy to use. And it's the same for category ordering. Just move things around. So these are the main categories that will be listed on the home page. Put them in any order you want. Obviously, you think getting started would be better there, like that kind of thing. So you've got analytics. Now, I do think analytics is one of the best features of this because it means that you're getting some feedback on how your knowledge base is performing. You're not just throwing it out there and just hoping that it answers the problems or addresses the problems of your customers. You're actually getting some sort of feedback. You've got, well, there's article feedback there, which I've not tested yet. Apologies. It's on my test website. Got search effectiveness, total searches. One failed search would be if someone searches for something and then there's no articles for it. So that gives you an idea of, if there's any problems, if things aren't being delivered to your customers. There's more information about feedback. And here, so you can see the different searches, popular searches result. These were just a test. I just put these terms in just to test how it worked. And this is the thing you can see. This page shows you, for example, there's 2 return results. And return results, as I said, it will be that someone searched for account and it showed 2 articles. It showed articles. When someone searched for result, as you can see under null search, when you search for a result, there was no article. So over time, this is on a live website, what you're going to get is popular searches, and you'll see lots of terms and keywords and key phrases and sentences, and you'll see exactly what people are searching for, and those will be at the top, and you can change the order, obviously. That's important because it'll help shape your knowledge base. But null searches are very important as well, because if you start to see a lot of people searching for a particular thing, a keyword, a key phrase, a topic, and you don't have an article for it, then that shows you need to add an article for that particular subject. So this is essential to the knowledge base, and it's one of the reasons why I really love KnowAll. I think it really does address a problems that a lot of other knowledge bases don't have. Because really, if you don't have the analytical side of it, you're kind of, you're walking around blind. You don't know how helpful articles are. I mean, the feedback is good. Feedback allows, people can give you direct feedback. They can leave comments. They can vote on what articles were useful and what weren't. But things like that, I do think sometimes like that, voting can be a little bit misleading. Not always because of spammers, but sometimes because someone doesn't know something. Maybe they're like a novice user and they vote against an article because they didn't understand the way that you explained it or something. But I think the search functionality, it really does illustrate what people are searching for and what they're not getting help with. So I really think that this is the key feature of the Knowledgebase plugin and the KnowAll theme. And transfers is really how when people transfer to the support department, you'll see where they kind of stopped and thought, right, I need to ask for support. I believe that's what transfers is. So look at settings. There's quite a small settings area, which is good. But there's a lot of options here. You can change how articles are sorted here. You've got breadcrumbs, you can sort by date, title, comment count, random, popular, etc. Helpfulness, change the order. You can change from 5 articles to 10, 15, 20, whatever you want. Restrict the access. So what you can do is restrict access to logged in users. Now, I'd like to see this part of the theme and the plugin expanded. I think it would be good to maybe introduce some sort of user role feature. Perhaps you can limit it to maybe guests can't see the articles, only subscribers, or maybe you've got a user group called customers. You could change it so only customers can actually view the knowledge base. Maybe you've got something that's you've got information you don't want the knowledge base and the articles in there publicly displayed. So I think some sort of user role and user permissions type of feature there and expand upon that would be really, really useful. You can change the slug options. You can change, this is really about disabling options, disabling feedback and voting. and you can change the default transfer URL. So as I said, transfers is when someone transfers to a support ticket. You know, you can link using anything. You could transfer someone to a support ticket system. You could just move them to a community forums. You could point them towards just a general support area with lots of email addresses and phone numbers listed. You would enter your transfer URL there. And again, with the analytics, you will see what pages people were clicking on the submit button. Now, there are some widgets, and they're very useful actually. This so okay, let me see. I'll just put them all here, and you can see them. Articles, see authors, categories. What else we got here? Exit point, search. Right, so you can see that you've got a lot of options in all of these widgets. This will allow you, if you remember the home page, you can change the number of articles were listed there, 5 posts, sort by date, popular, helpful, that kind of thing. If you've got a number of authors, you can change, you can display a list of the authors that are contributing to your knowledge area. Categories as well. Now the exit point is what that transfer URL was. So this is submit ticket, go to forums, call us, anything you want, email us, call us, submit ticket. You know, you enter the text there, and then you enter the relevant URL, and then you've got a knowledge base, you've got a table of contents, and again there's another exit solution doubled up there. So the last thing, well, there's also a theme license page, but the last thing I want to show you, and again this is another key feature of the KnowAll theme, is that it's got fantastic support for the WordPress Live customizer, and I really think this is quite impressive. Now, these are just you know, the standard parts of your website, the menus, the widgets, and that kind of thing. And you've got 3 different. In fact, I'll go back. I didn't illustrate that before. You've got 3 different sidebars. You've got one when it's a home page, one when it's an article, and one when it's a category. So that's kind of how the website split up. Homepage, articles, categories. That's how the website's split up. And you can see here, homepage. Click on that, it'll be categories, and then click on that, it'll be an article. And you can change that you can change the sidebar for all of those areas. You know, it would be good to maybe have a few widgets in the footer as well. That'd be quite good as well. Perhaps a menu, a couple of different menu areas as well. Well, you've got the top and the bottom. I think that's what most people would need. So when you're in the WordPress Live Customizer, you go to theme, and then this is all the options that you've got, and you can change. There's a lot of options here. This isn't, I mean, it's perhaps not as detailed as one of those all-in-one themes, but it's up there. You know, it's not limiting. There's a lot of options packed into this. You can see here, you can change the theme, change this here from search. I don't know what we could put, search the moon. And you know, the Live Customize, it changes things automatically. Change the header background from an image to maybe a color. I know it looks horrible, but in fact, that's actually not too bad. You can change the header font color. We go with yellow. The footer, you can change the copyright message. Got styling, link color hover, site width, if you want to change that. You can change the theme layout as well. And again, the beauty of all this is that you're seeing all these changes in real time. There's all the typography, homepage settings. You can change the position, the sidebars and things like that. That's a little bit different, that one, isn't it? So this is the one with the sidebar on the left-hand side, sidebar on the right-hand side. Archive columns you can change as well. Justify columns, archive style. A lot of options there. Same for articles and categories. So it's quite good there. You can make articles sticky, show related articles, expand article attachments, show the author bio. That could be useful in certain situations as well. And you can add your own custom CSS. So overall, I love the analytics. I love that it supports the WordPress theme customizer, but I guess one of the key points about the theme and the plugin is that it's so easy to use. It really is simple. I've not found any bugs in it yet. It works as intended. And I think if you're looking for a knowledge base, this is definitely one of the solutions you should be looking for if you are a WordPress user. In fact, even if you're not a WordPress user, because what you can do is install KnowAll on a separate installation of WordPress. For example, support.yourwebsite.com or knowledgebase.yourwebsite.com, that kind of thing. Put it in a subdomain or put it in a subfolder if you prefer. Yourwebsite.com/support, that kind of thing. Put in your knowledge base, and what that means is you'll be taking people to the KnowAll theme or the knowledge base first, and then if they can't find a solution there, that's then when you point them towards a telephone, an email, a community forum, a ticket support system, anything like that. But here's the key thing: when you've got something like this installed and you've got dozens, hundreds, or perhaps even thousands of articles listed, what you're going to do is drastically reduce the number of tickets that you get. So this is going to save you time and money. And, see from attending WordCamps, I mingle with a lot of developers, speak to a lot of developers, speak to a lot of designers. And one of the key things that theme shops and, anyone who sells WordPress themes and plugins, what they always talk about is the fact that support takes up their most of the time, most of their energy. So if you have a business, support is going to be taking up a lot of your time. And if it doesn't, then, you need to hire people. So that costs money. And it's essential though. You need to provide good customer service. And if you don't, people will say bad things about you. They'll start putting bad reviews out there. And before you know it, you'll start losing customers, you'll start losing sales. So something like this will actually make you money. So in the offset, $149 is very, very cheap. If you don't want to if you're happy with the version you've got, you don't have to pay for support and updates after that year has passed. But I suspect they're going to be adding a lot more features to this over the years. And yeah, I think something like this is a really good solution for anyone who's got a business and wants to cut down on support tickets and things like that. And the other key thing as well, see for the tickets that you do get, what you can do is if there's the common theme coming through with your tickets, it does suggest that, there's something not in the knowledge base. But once you've added those articles to the knowledge base, even if you have a solution in a knowledge base, if someone might still create a ticket, and ask for help. So what you do is just link to the knowledge base. You say, well, we've actually got a solution. Someone will ask a question. You'll say, we've already got a solution to that. Check out this article in our knowledge base, and you point them towards the knowledge base. In addition to helping that person right there and then, what it means is when that person goes back and they're looking for a solution, they're more than likely to go back to the knowledge base rather than opening up a new support ticket or calling you or emailing you. They'll go back to the knowledge base. And the more content you add to your knowledge base, the less support queries you're going to have to deal with. More time, more money. So I think something like this is really going to help a business. And I guess the key limitation of it is that it doesn't integrate with any existing help support ticket systems. So for example, if it works with a plugin like Awesome Support, maybe tickets could be converted into articles. It's something that could maybe be added in the future with an extension, but at the moment it doesn't do that. I don't think that's a major problem for many people though, unless you're really tied to a ticket system. How hard is it to really just, when you've seen it, it's just copy and paste essentially. If you see someone asking a question, then you give an answer to them, you can just, modify that and use it as an article topic. I think it's, So I was very, very impressed with it. And, I met the guys who own it, who create this and develop it, Chris and Richard, and they're very passionate about the theme, very passionate about the plugin. And I'm sure it's going to get bigger and better. So if you're looking for a way to cut down on support queries, a way to streamline your business, make it more productive, I highly recommend installing a knowledge base. And, I think KnowAll does everything that you really want from a knowledge base. So I recommend checking out. You'll see at HeroThemes.com. if you really want to integrate it with the existing theme, you can choose the base plugin. Get any questions, you can post a comment below, or you can contact the guys at HeroThemes, and I'm sure they'll address any questions that you do have. Thanks for watching, I do appreciate it, and until next time, take care.